It is my great honor to welcome Dr. Federico Palla, coordinator of the European SALUS network and project manager at the Lumen International Foundation, distinguished leader dedicated to eco-sustainability, integrative health, and advancing naturopathy research. Please welcome, the floor is yours. Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know if it's okay. Now it's working. Okay. Morning. Okay. Thank you for the previous speaker that show us the situation about the regulatory. I will talk about the regulatory framework, about in another sense, about health promotion, and in the area of Europe. So Europe is facing a difficult situation because it's under pressure. There is a growing aging with disability, and also a growing use of drugs, of pharmaceuticals. Just some data about this in 2022, you know that there was a lack, a gap between life expectancy, overall life expectancy, and healthy life expectancy. So we are living more, but we are living more in disability. So there is more than 20% of life is lived with disability or chronic disease. And there is also another problem that is polypharmacy, so the use of 5 or more pharmaceutical. And approximately 36% of older adults in 27 European countries use more than 5 pharmaceuticals daily. And obviously, this is a very high cost for national health systems, also for mortality, because approximately NCDs cover 85% of overall mortality. And when we faced the COVID period, it was very clear that there is a lack of health promotion. This is the gap that with SALUS initiative, we are trying to underline in the European framework. So SALUS proposes a systemic shift, a paradigm shift from treating diseases to actively promoting health, from fragmented interventions to integrated holistic approaches, and from pain for illness, that is the normal system of national health system, to pain for healthy longevity. So we would like to align economic interest with the longevity of people. And this is the approach that Hippocrates said in ancient times, because he placed Hygeia, that is the health promotion, before Panacea, that is the cure, remedies. And so we are working on a strategy for 2025 and 2029 in the SALUS network. We are working on this strategy that we are underlying some pillars. The first is place health promotion and primary prevention at the center of European legislation. And not only European Union legislation, but especially in the national legislation, because you know that the competence of European Union about health is very low, and we are trying to target especially national legislation. Expand and integrate the current system for evaluating the effectiveness of health promotion strategies. We need more research on this. And communicating the culture of health promotion in an effective and pervasive way. We are working also on a new profession that is the health promoter, a profession, an umbrella profession that wants to be a new standard for Europe, and is a socio-educational profession focused on health promotion, focused on promoting healthy lifestyle to citizens. As I mentioned before, we are trying to align the economic interest, proposing a system that pay for longevity and not for illness, and also try to integrate health promotion with care. We are working, for instance, with medical doctors on project to integrate health promotion in hospitals. So when the illness is evident. And last but not least, to increase investment in health promotion. Now, investment in health promotion is less than 1% of national health system funds. So this is a clear, common goal for TCIM, for traditional complementary integrative medicine. So for traditional European medicine, Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, naturopathy, bio-natural disciplines, we have all an holistic vision. We promote, firstly, health promotion, healthy lifestyle. We focus on balance. And, as the speakers before mentioned, phytotherapy, hydrotherapy, and mind-body method, and so on. And this is the first experience that we had this year in Italy. We experienced the activation of a parliamentary intergroup in the Italian parliament that is composed by 15 members of Italian parliament and supported by 23 multidisciplinary experts. So these are the members of Italian parliament from the majority to the opposition. So every political party in Italy is covered by these representatives. And these are the experts. We have here the co-president, Milena Simeoni, for instance, that is a naturopath, and the other co-president, Alberto Donzelli, is a medical doctor. And half of these experts are medical doctors, and half naturopaths or bio-natural experts. And this is the first time in Italy that we have a board of experts like this, which so there's a high representative of naturopathy and natural medicine in an institutional board. And we work a lot. Since February of this year, we work a lot on legislative initiatives, like health education in schools, a bill that is in the process, legislative process now in Italy, health promotion in mental health, enhancement of thermalism as a vivid TEM practice, a new professional profile, the health promoter that I mentioned before, and health promotion integrated in national strategies of antimicrobial resistance and in the national pandemic preparedness plan. So we are talking with ministries and politicians in Italy, and we are telling them we have to organize health promotion before emergency. Okay? And then we are working on pilot projects like holistic recovery for mental health, data SALUS platform that is a common goal with TEM forum that is present in this event, health promotion integrating into the After Us program for people with disabilities, and research on effectiveness of health promotion for blood donors. There is an association in Italy, as in other many countries. They collect blood from donors, and they have a problem. They told us, we have a problem because donors are not donate blood because they are sick, and they take a lot of drugs, and so they can't donate. Can you help us? And we said, yes, we can. And so we are working with that. First of all, collecting data on this. So what is the effectiveness of a path of naturopathic process with assessment with donors, with the RCT, so a randomized controlled trial. And we are working on this to demonstrate that it's better to promote health before the cure. And one of the most important aspects of SALUS initiative, and that is that we are proposing health promotion with traditional medicine, all the traditional medicines. So we are telling politicians that traditional medicines in the world started with health promotion. This is the root of traditional medicine, is to promote health. And so the traditional practitioners asked their patient, what do you eat? Do you move? How often? And what's the situation in your family, with your relationships? These are strongly determinants of health. And we have to put this first. And maybe a century ago, also medical doctor in the West was asking their patient this, okay? Now they have no time to ask, just to write prescription and drugs and, okay, let's go, and a lot of bureaucracy. And there is a gap, and this gap determined the pressure that I mentioned at the beginning. So we are in a very difficult moment now. And we are trying to highlight the way to exit these difficulties, and traditional medicine is very important on this, and especially traditional European medicine for the European area, because we want that traditional European medicine can be recognized as Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, and they can collaborate with this. So in September, thanks to our friends, for instance, Nora Laubstein and Luis Sutta, Milena Simeoni, we wrote a draft policy paper and we sent it to WHO unit, this TCIM unit. And they are asking to, so I can update you because it's very fresh and new. They are asking WHO Europe to send us to India to present this policy paper in the second Global Summit of Traditional Medicine. And it can be the first time that internationally we can speak about, in an institution, speak about traditional European medicine. So, it's not yet, but we have to, you know, cover with energy this, okay? And so this is the path. We started in Austria, in Vienna, with the second TEM forum, and our friend Karl-Heinz Steinmetz launched the proposal. We have to work with WHO. And then this year in Piacenza, Italy, for the third TEM forum, we start a working group. Then in August, we drafted policy paper on TEM, and in September we send it to Dr. Kim and Dr. Han of the traditional and complementary integrative medicine in unit of WHO. And now I'm presenting here in Czech Republic, and we hope to go to New Delhi in December, 17 and 19 of December. I'm not an expert of traditional medicine, so you have to hear Milena Simeoni, Luis Sutta, Maria Valca, Nora Laubstein, they are experts of this. I'm a lobbyist, so I can just explain what is traditional medicine, that is a vivid cultural heritage, as Maria Valca told us before in the old number 1. And it's a living tradition, and includes phytotherapy, hydrotherapy, balneotherapy, and mind-body practices, and first of all, health promotion, as I told you. So we started define what is TEM. And in the policy paper, we have a historical summary, the 4 qualities, the humoral doctrine, the 4 elements, the 4 constitutions, euchrasia and dyscrasia, holistic assessment, rebalancing tools. So this is an effort to put TEM at the same level of the other traditional medicine that have, for instance, terminology at the WHO. We focus on regulatory framework. It's boring to speak about regulatory framework, as you told us, but it's very important. And in Europe, there are only 3 countries, Switzerland, Germany, and Portugal, that have a strong regulatory framework on this. And another great gap is research. This data we presented in the Senate, in the Italian Parliament this year, thanks to Dr. Lorenzo Del Moro, that is a member of our committee. And he take an analysis with PubMed, and it's evident that traditional medicine, Chinese medicine, have 183,188 studies. Ayurveda, 8,541 studies, and TEM just 36. So there is a huge gap. And we have to fill this gap with more research. So this is the reason why we are working on Data SALUS, this platform that wants to gather data from practitioners in Europe. Practitioners specifically of traditional European medicine, first because there is a great gap, but also other practitioners, because we have to demonstrate the efficacy of health promotion with traditional medicine. There is a list of stakeholders, potential stakeholders on this. SALUS European Network, TEM Forum, ANME, Eurocam, World Naturopathic Federation, European Federation of Complementary and Alternative Medicine, and so on. So we think that we can create a network. There is already a network in the first 3, okay? But we want to enlarge this network and ask for this recognition. And we draft 8 policy recommendations. First of all, standard international terminology. We have to speak the same language. What does it mean in Czech, this? What does it mean in Italian, in German, in French, in English, and so on. And so we have to work on this. This was the first goal of Karl-Heinz Steinmetz, for instance. But also work on intangible cultural heritage with UNESCO. And this is the topic that brought Maria Valka. And conduct statistical survey. We need data also about what is the work, who is working on this at the European level. We have to integrate TEM in health promotion strategy. In Italy, for instance, we are working in legislative initiatives, as I mentioned before, and we are adding traditional European medicine in the Bill of Law. So there are some proposals about this now, and they are discussing this in the Parliament. And it's useful to do the same job in other national parliaments. We need the harmonization of European legislation, because we have a very various framework. We have to work on training standards, freedom of therapeutic choice, because in some country, traditional European medicine can be used as a cure. Very few, but we can go further in this direction. And then, obviously, interdisciplinary scientific research. This is very important. It's a very important goal, and this is my the topic of any lobbyist, is to work on the network. We have to create a great network. Now we have more than 40 organizations scientific, not scientific, firms, enterprises, no-profit organization, all together that wants to reach this common goal. And a lot of these are in Italy and also in other 80 countries. But in Italy we are stronger, and so we reach this intergroup. And so we need to border to enlarge this network, SALUS network, also in other countries like Czech Republic, France, Spain, and so on. And this is a basis, very strong basis that permit to ask politicians. I know that in Czech Republic you are in the election day. Okay, yesterday and today there are elections in the parliament. And this is a very important moment because there will be a new government. We don't know who, maybe we guess, okay? But it's a very important moment because with a new government, we can ask for this, for an intergroup on health promotion and traditional medicine, for instance, and also in other countries, okay? And so it's very important to be together. SALUS vision is simple, yet radical: pay for health, not disease, empower communities, not just clinics, integrate tradition with innovation. And by working together, we can make healthy longevity not an exception, but a European standard. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your inspiring lecture.